Basically, my dad sent me this meme right as I was writing the script for this video, and it was so perfect because I love ContraPoints and I love the handler, so it was so beautiful. Like, just enjoy it, enjoy it. So this is going to be a new series I'm hoping to update every so often called Idolizing Antagonists. I will be exposing antagonistic characters that fans love to hate and hate to love and love to love and hate to hate. Where was I? Oh, right. Today our first character is the Umbrella Academy's mortal enemy, Reginald Hargreaves. Just kidding, just kidding. Today we're exposing the Handler. The Handler doesn't actually show up in the comic books, only in the show, so there isn't much information on her, but we'll make do. The Handler is first introduced as Number 5's boss at the Commission. She initially believes in the Commission's cause to preserve the timeline and keep everything the same. She changes her ideas, but we'll get to that in a second. 5 betrays her and the Commission to return to his siblings, so she sets Hazel and Cha-Cha onto him to assassinate him. 5 escapes, Hazel and Cha-Cha turn on each other, so she tries to use it to her advantage. It doesn't work out. Basically, she starts insulting Hazel's biddy boo, so he says, "Oh, hell no. You did not just respect my queen." And he shoots her, presumably killing her. But, oh no, she has a metal plate installed in her head, so she lives. Life is pain. She returns to the Commission, but since she failed to kill 5, she's been demoted. Instead of saying, "It is what it is," she decides the board must pay. So she makes a deal with 5 to kill the board so she can return to her high power. In exchange, she's willing to alter the timeline. You know, remember that thing that she said not to do? Yeah. She's willing to alter it so the apocalypse doesn't happen and the Umbrella dorks get to go back to 2019 after getting stuck in the early 1960s at the beginning of season 2. But whoa, she kind of screwed up their deal on purpose. Yikes. The Umbrella Academy averts the apocalypse without her help, and the Handler decides that this is the perfect time to get rid of those screw-ups once and for all. She travels to 1963 where they're all gathered and has her daughter, we'll get back to that in a second, Lila, freaking destroy them while she tries to get another kid with superpowers. But oh no, little Harlan Cooper, the kid with superpowers, doesn't want to go with the weirdo lady and she fails to recruit him. She goes to kill the Umbrellas. Lila finds out her parents were killed by 5 and the Handler, not in a robbery like the Handler had told her, and she seeks out revenge against her quote-unquote mother. It doesn't work, everyone's dead, but oh yeah, 5 can time travel by himself. So rewind, no one dies except the Handler, end scene. I know that's a lot, but that's the Umbrella Academy for you. Now, the Handler is an interesting character because you hear of all her misdeeds. She had 2 innocent people murdered, possibly altering their timeline a smidge, just so she could take their daughter, raise her as her own, and groom her into using her powers for her evil plans. She isn't very trustworthy, as evident in the fact that she literally backed out on their deal, and after 5 kills the board, she keeps the head honcho hidden in her office. He's a fish, so it's less weird when you know that he's a fish. Anyways, he's tortured every day, every hour that he's in there by the fact that this woman is taking his place and will ruin everything he's created for her own personal gain. She kills her own daughter in cold blood, barely even flinching, and admits that she is expendable in her plan. Time and time again, we are shown that she's a terrible person. But why is she not a hated character amongst the fans? I mean, Luther and Reginald are hated way more than her. Even Patrick is hated. So why isn't she down on that list? She is a character that is so easily lovable. The fact that she is a woman in power that doesn't care what obstacles lie in her way so long as she achieves her goals is reason enough for me, personally. But that's not all she is. Her sarcasm / sense of humor is a huge bonus.
Do you like jazz, Bud?
I'd rather lick a cheese grater.
Along with her fashion. Like, where does she come up with this stuff? She is determined and works with what she has. She recovered from a gunshot wound to the head in 3 months, whereas most people aren't allowed to return to work until after at least a year of rehab. And even then, they aren't fully functional. But she came back from being fully paralyzed, and she was up and running. When the system shoved her down into a lower position than she was used to, she formulated a plan to work her way back up. Admittedly, it wasn't the most legal plan, but hey, who said things had to be legal? She thought out every area of her plan. If 5 failed to kill the board, she'd let him take the fall for the attempt. When Lila wanted her lover boy Diego to work with her, even after knowing her mom wanted him dead, the handler allowed it, under the condition that if he should step out of line, Lila would have to kill him herself. And guess what? That almost worked out perfectly in her favor too. She would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids and their dumb time-traveling younger / older brother. If she hadn't miscalculated, reference to She-Ra in Avatar.
You miscalculated.
You miscalculated.
And instead killed 5 successfully the first time, he wouldn't have been able to travel back in time and stopped her murderous rampage before it started. She is determined no matter what stands there, and she pushed through. She's a quick thinker, thinking out fully fledged plans in under minutes. She's handy with multiple weapons. She isn't too serious to the point where it's boring, and she isn't too silly to the point where she can't even be taken seriously. She is fabulous, deadly, and there is no way you can hate her more than Luther, because Monkey Boy is worse on so many levels. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I promise now that school's starting back up and I get to interact with actual human beings again, I plan to make more interesting videos than me making grilled cheese for 5 minutes. Leave a like, por favor, and comment what you think. I'll literally take any comment right now. A heart, mayhaps a little high would be nice. Whatever you want. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.